Chapo. All I wanna be is El Chapo.
Greetings, friends. It's Chapo, Monday, May 2nd. Hello, gang. We're back again. And the show is still continuing despite the fact that we are being censored by Elon Musk, and we are now being censored by Joe Brandon's official government board of Ministry of Truth in 1984. Can you believe it, fellas? They've gone and made 1984 the year. It's no longer 2022. It's 1984, like George Orwell predicted. It's 1984 again. His dystopian novel, The Future of 1984, is now the present that we live in, thanks to Joe Brandon and his Ministry of Truth.
Yeah, the new Minister of Truth is a Polish woman, so she accidentally did 1488.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen much about the Ministry of Truth other than people talking about the 1984 parallels, the Ministry of Truth. I mean, like, this is just mainly set up to combat disinformation and stuff, and Russian election narratives and stuff like that. But I don't know. I mean, like, you could obviously complain about, like, this is the kind of shit Joe Brandon is doing instead of I don't know, forgiving student loans or whatever, but, like, no, like, this is exactly who the people he is delivering, but he's delivering to the people who vote for and care about the Democratic Party. This is their priorities, not forgiving student loans. It's combating misinformation on Twitter, because, you know, it's a huge problem out there. So many people, millions of people, don't know whether they're talking to robots or not all day long, and the Ministry of Truth is going to let you know, are you speaking to a robot or a real human being? It's running a Turing test on all of Twitter to make sure that everything is true out there.
I mean, I just don't see how this department could do anything. I mean, if it does actually do anything, it's absolutely horrifying. So the only thing that it can do is, like, make slideshows about how to identify disinformation.
At the very worst, what it'll do is there'll be a government department that, quote, retweets you with not a good look instead of just somebody who roots for the government.
I mean, like, the scary response to, like, quote unquote disinformation has already happened. It's like consortium news and shit getting banned from PayPal and, like, getting taken off Facebook. It's like the slowly expanding vague mandate that, like, the only 3 social media platforms have to just, like, root out anything that goes against the Atlantic Council or APAC. So, like, I mean, it kind of reminds me of, like, Great Reset shit. Like, it already happened. This, if anything, is sort of reassuring because it shows that there's still a ton of people doing this that absolutely suck. Like, this lady who did, like, a musical Harry Potter erotica thing. Like, this is kind of who you want in charge of censorship, like a fucking boob like this.
Is that true about the erotic Harry Potter musical?
Yeah.
Went looking for some prefects in the bathroom one day, but instead I found Harry, and so I said, hey, I helped him solve the mystery of the A, and I'd like to solve the mystery between his legs. I hope
She sang this song where, like, Harry Potter eats her pussy in a bathroom.
What?
Yeah.
This is not misinformation.
She calls it an egg, which, like, gives me a lot of questions about female anatomy. It's like the older I get, the less I know.
Okay. We need a fact check on this disinformation right here. The head of the Ministry of Truth was in a erotic Harry Potter themed musical in which Harry Potter eats her pussy, which he refers to as an egg.
Yeah, I could be misreading that. Like, that could be what women call their clit now.
This agency is being tasked with doing, is stopping out this sort of misinformation.
I mean, I guess like once a month, the pussy is kind of like an egg. It has a wonderful, like, gooey thing in there that we all want. It's like the only time of the month that, like, I just like how it's the only part of the egg everyone really likes. It's the only part of the pussy I really like.
I think you're thinking of a Kinder egg, Felix. You're thinking that it has like a treat in it, has a little toy.
So do regular eggs, the yellow part.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just I personally think disinformation and misinformation is like the funnest part about social media.
Yeah, it rules.
It's just spreading misinformation is basically the funnest thing to do on social media. And, you know, We need better disinformation out there, because this birds aren't real shit is not cutting it for me.
Sucks.
Those guys were on 60 Minutes last night.
Pathetic.
Who birds aren't real are like jib jab for like the
Yes,
the sort
exactly.
of
That's precisely it.
post truth era.
Yes.
So, like, the joke with that is, like, it's making fun of conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
But, like, QAnon people believe they, like, astrally project into each other's dreams and kill each other.
Yes.
You can't really parody the real thing. Like, the real thing's already funny.
They believe like a homeless, like harmonica player, or I don't even know what he does, is the son of the dead president who died.
Yeah, no, Donald Trump is president, and his right-hand man is a guy who lives in his car.
Yeah, you cannot top that. I do think that this, like you said, that this whole thing is about pleasing the constituents. You know, people who care about the Democratic Party and think the only problem we have as a country is people that just have too much darn misinformation. If they had the real information, they'd know everything is fine and they would support Brandon. But of course, it won't do anything. At the same time, though, it does. I mean, it really does get everybody. It's a great 4-quadrant program for everybody who still loves the news, because now all of the Republicans get to feel finally like it's 1984 and that they're repressed. And so the branded people will get to fantasize that there's some misinformation bureau out there cleaning up the internet. And those people get to pretend that they're in the fucking White Rose in Germany in 1944. And in reality, yeah, they will just like be posting out fucking infographics. That will be the entirety of it.
Yeah, and like to my original point, like the most committed Democratic voters, the people who are really like hyped to show up for the midterms, they do not want any student loan relief. They can't stand the idea of it. Like they're sickened by it. So, but this, the Ministry of Truth, this speaks to a direct concern in their life, which is, am I talking to a robot or not, or are the people making fun of me secretly Russian agents? This is a top concern for them. But I gotta say, those birds aren't real people. I know it's all just a joke to them, but it's not a very funny joke. And I would like to personally just arrange an encounter between these dorks and a shoebill stork, and just have just have its giant gaping maw just fix itself around their skull, and then then we'll see who's laughing about if our bird's real or not. No, they're real as fuck, asshole.
Has a shoebill like ever attacked a person?
I mean, God, I mean, you look at those fucking things, and you got to assume that's the case. Maybe they just look scared. Okay, how about this? Cassowaries definitely have attacked people. They could gut you easily with their dinosaur feet.
Which bird is a cassowary?
A cassowary is it's a flightless bird.
It's basically got the feet of a velociraptor.
It has these huge talons, and and one. It's like a velociraptor. It has one particularly giant, sort of claw, and they go straight for your gut, and they're quite aggressive. So, I mean, some might say they're the realest bird of all, the cassowary.
So, but it's flightless.
It's flightless, yeah.
So, like, if you had to jump on it, you could just punt it like a fucking football.
They're pretty big. They're pretty big.
What if these birds aren't real, guys? Just kill all these beloved rare birds. Then who's gonna be sorry?
I would fight a cassowary if I had like some sort of like a great shield, like a shield of some kind that I could protect my abdomen with. Then things would get real for the cassowary, and not vice versa.
I would have to grind my strength. I've currently just been killing like pigeons and sparrows outside my apartment. And I think like once my poise gets high enough, probably next week, I can take on a cassowary.
You have to farm for a little bit until you get to the shoebill boss. But anyway, so that's the Ministry of Truth. I mean, hopefully it'll make all our experience of online better. But to kick off today's show, I wanted to just sort of continue a little bit of a conversation that we had last week on Thursday's show about the new post right wing in this country. And this is an article that comes courtesy of Newsweek that is seeking to explain the latest phenomenon on the online post everything right that is known as dark MAGA. It's MAGA, but it's dark. And this is the cool new aesthetic that the online right is, or at least some sectors of. I would say that this is responding to these same things in the Vanity Fair article, but like the proponents of this are a little bit further downstream. And this is a cool new aesthetic, and you'll never guess what it is. Would it surprise you if I told you that dark MAGA basically, okay, like unlike previous forms of MAGA, this envisions Trump as sort of like an Adolf Hitler or Napoleon, and seeks to share memes of him where his eyes are glowing with red light.
Whoa.
There's nothing new in this. Isn't this just like what the vaporwave shit was?
Yeah.
like 6 years ago. There's like nothing new. I don't give a shit if the new thing were like killing me personally. I wouldn't care so long as it was like something that I hadn't seen before. If like the like new memes of like any political affiliation was just posting my exact GPS coordinates and like blowing me up with a pipe bomb, as long as it wasn't like like the article last week, which was just that was just NRX.